Hello everyone, how very good of you to join and welcome back to Sleepy Hollow, to Sleepy in City Skylines 2, and we're following one of those trucks here right now. I mean, this must be very advanced AI indeed. The poor driver can't see anything, it's snowing that badly right now, but he's actually doing pretty well for for the state of his windshield. He is actually right now transporting some 20 tons of rocks to my full grinding industry zone that we have. So in that case, delivering the resources that we want from my mountain village. There's already also some wood being transported to Briar Rose Street, where we also have some industry that is processing then the timber. This is all working out fine, right? There's quite the traffic actually on this mountain country road, right, that leads all the way up there into this tiny village there, where we do have, well, as of the last episode, some beautiful heavy industry. They're fully employed at this point. They're leveling up rather quickly, producing more and more rocks out of that. The same goes with my metal and also, of course, with my oil drilling. Actually, this is the fastest one here since that we just built, and it's already level 3.5, continuing to rise. Beautiful. And with that, we also have some perfect heavy industry working for us. Of course, I don't want to stop there. We have actually, yeah, well, first of all, it's winter, obviously. It's pretty bright. It's not that easy to distinguish things, especially when I want to activate my colors, right? It's getting a bit tough to read. So winter probably is the sleepy time where you watch your city mostly. Nah, it's still possible, of course. We do have some more expansion over here, right? So those houses are being built rather quickly. And of course, I want to go into a bit more natural building here. So we have these high density blocks, right? And behind it we have then the low density blocks, and then the medium, and then the low ones, right? I think this is looking really nice how it turns out. They have their gardens then right to the walls of these blocks there. And just in general, residential demand is rather high. We are having 300 people coming in right now per hour. This is quite a lot, and we are moving actually to 20,000 way faster than before, right? So the first 10,000 was rather difficult, and since then we have almost doubled it in the span of one episode only. So this is a great growth rating here. Now, speaking about growth rating, one problem we still have, and that's in my production tab. Livestock is pretty high on deficit here. The same goes with cotton. We really should produce that ourselves, and for that I would like to find me another spot. And up here we do have some more farming area. I don't know why we have only these smallest of patches of fertile land, right? To me, actually, this all looks pretty fertile there from up here. But unfortunately, that's how it is. And unfortunately, that's how we have to use it. Here we also have some forest industry possibility. So I would like to use this. First of all, we need to purchase these tiles here, right? So I'm going to purchase those 2 tiles in addition. And with that, we have the forest tile. Yes, this is tricky. I would like to get this one in here too, right? Just a bit. We can expand the farm then later on. There we would have further land, but that is just in the middle of my city. I mean, we could theoretically have a city here, right? We could have that. So yeah, you know what? Let's actually have a little farming here. I mean, it's not a big deal, right? Those people have a farm then right next to them. This is how basically every city in Austria looks like. Farms in the middle of the cities. So why not do this? For that, we do need, yeah, we have the choice. I already have some grain farm. Cotton is pretty important, and livestock. Livestock is smelly, so let's rather have some fiber production here. I just need a tiny road somewhere, right? Let's make a smaller gravel road that goes away then from my village here, from my neighborhood. And I'm probably just going to have a tiny gravel road then all the way here, right? Then let's try to make it like this. So these guys here are bordering now to that industry here that we can use then. It's in quite a lot of fertile land there, so let's actually place it. It's tricky. This is a tricky one. This should be fine. And let's get the field going. So we definitely want to... very good. We can actually snap it over. Yep, disappearing this building here. That's fine. And we're trying to make the fence as close to that building there as possible. And then move it all the way to the other side there to that road. We have some buildings there, some smaller residential zones. It doesn't make sense for them to be there anyway. let's just move them over. And also this whole area. Yeah, I think this is coming to the end now. Perfect. Actually, I think this is looking rather well. Right in here, we have now this cotton farm. And then we can also go to the other side over here, where we have now the livestock farm, actually, and a bit of forest industry, perhaps. For this, once again, we need a road that leads there. It's getting a bit tricky. We have this main road here that I would like to use. Let's make a smaller road here. So this main road kind of like merges into a smaller road then. I mean, no, actually not, because we definitely want to have some further neighborhoods there. So let's just make this road there that goes then all the way into this area. There's some additional forest industry. And perfect, here we can have 2 farms actually, and a bit of forest industry that goes through here. Let's actually make it so that we keep the trees active, most of them at least. And then we move over to that farm. Perfect. Yeah, with snow it's really hard. It's winter, -2 degrees though. It's getting warmer. Perhaps we see the end of it soon, because holy cow, I can't see a thing. Probably need my sunglasses right now. And there you go, 3 additional farms and 1 forest industry right out here in the wilderness. I think it's raining or something. Nah, it's still snowing. A bit further outside than of my city. And hopefully producing me some proper goods here soon. And finally it's getting warmer and the winter is coming to an end. Or at least the snow for now. Next up on my to-do list is, yeah, we probably will need to think about moving that industry zone here at some point a bit further away from the core center as we continue to grow. The medium density demand is also pretty high, so I would like to continue into this area now. However, I don't want to have my people living too close to the industry zone. So of course this is nothing that you do immediately, but it is going to gradually now work for us. I'm going to also use the new 6-lane roads for this endeavor. In that case here, it's going to be a bit hard, I think, to actually get them up here. This is looking out. Is it looking out? I think this is looking fine. I don't know what this here means. All right, they're merging there together from 6 to 2 lanes only. This will be tricky, but it should work out for the time being. And then we can actually snap it again, because I definitely want to have this one going a bit over here then. So this continues then into that area, right? And probably also connecting then over here. We could actually do this right away. And this is going to be a tight grid system, of course, because it's industry, it needs to be super efficient, stuff like that, right? And here we're probably going to go up to this point, and then we're trying at least to snap it to the center of the 2-lane road that I would like to have from over here. Right. This should work out. Perfect. This is actually working out. This goes over, so there we have a nice loop connection. And here we then have another crossing, which probably is going to be a nice roundabout that goes then into this zone here. Right. And the cool thing is now with the 4-lane road, for example, I can also create a grid. And I would like to do this. So we are trying to snap it in all the way up to this point. And then I can just move this grid now a bit further over to create me a nice bigger industry zone. Poof, there it is in all its glory. And then we just make the connections now with the main road, probably from here. There's one. And then there is another one here. Right, and this continues then all the way with the 6 lanes into this direction. To keep traffic, to keep the traffic flow up a bit, I would also like to use some output here. So there is going to be, where should we do this? Actually here, I think. There's going to be some traffic outbound. Merging then together with the highway right away. And here also going up a bit. Oh wow, this was easy to build. And it looks okay actually. That was easy to build. This is just an outbound traffic now that leads then to the highway system. Now, of course, we only need to change direction because I did not see the arrows there. Of course, it's going to the other side around for outbound traffic. In here, yeah, we have quite the demand for industry already. I would like to go ahead then. First of all, we can also make a district, of course, out of this one. I would like to do this. This is going to be heavy industry zone overall. Try to snap it to the highway there. Perfect. Like that. And then we can actually make a specialized industry zone out of this one here too. It's by the way just fitting that I just realized this, that we also have a nice ore deposit over there that we can integrate as well. So let's just go ahead. We still have tiles available, 3 more. And yeah, until the next upgrade, it's going to take a while. So I of course need to be careful, but still this should work out. And then we're just going to make a simple road that leads then from probably somewhere here all the way into this area. And here we actually should be in already. Because, yeah, probably going to make 2 out of it. Fortunately, I cannot purchase this one right now. But we can still try to squeeze in. Yeah, no, I can't. The one will have to do for now. And the second one is down here once I can purchase that. And then we can just fill in the blanks to get us a proper bigger industry zone out of this one. Once again, we probably will also need those pipes, yes, because both intersections are highway systems. So in that case, let's also go ahead and just connect this one along the road. Oh, it's overlapping. Overlapping here. That's interesting. We need to get rid of this and actually move it deeper below than the highway section. Now that works out. Just below the highway then as well to provide water. And now we also need to provide electricity. It's not easy, not getting easier, but there we have actually also a road that would provide it. Getting a transformer though on the other side will be fine for now. There is no expansion plan for the time being, so let's use the power line up there to power that industry zone as well. So now we have everything ready. And what I can do now is I can slowly start removing my industry patches here, right? Because I definitely do want to make the whole thing here cleaner. And this is of course going to be high density residential and commercial zones then as well. So we can get rid of that and demand should shift then to an available place like this one here. Perfect. Let's actually also start moving the factories, the small coal power plant that we have. We can also move this all the way to the other side. Doesn't really matter where it is, as long as it's providing us the energy that we need. And this one here we can still keep, the gas powered plant. And there's beautiful space coming up that we can now use then for additional residential zones. We also got an office zone right over here. So I might actually just extend the office then as well to the other side along the main road, together with some commercials then here. And then in here I would like to go for, let's just have a look at it, probably, yep, some medium density residential zones. And then probably some row houses along here. However, it's not enough. We need a bit more space, so I would like to have another expansion into this area because industry demand is really high and it just matters also how much I want to destroy. Let's continue. I don't want to destroy all the industry, of course, at the moment, so we do need to continue with this expansion here. It's not going to be so easy to move the industry zone as the game is offering here 2 types of pollution. The first one is the air pollution. And as we can see, this area is of course heavily polluted, as was this area. We have strong winds coming from over there right now. So it's blowing away the air pollution. That's a really cool system, by the way. So this is working in real time. And what we can also see is, yeah, the fumes are going into the right direction there too. The other one is the ground pollution. This is looking a bit more drastic, as this whole area here is heavily polluted still, and it's probably going to take a while before the pollution is completely gone. So right now, new residents that are going to move in here are complaining about ground pollution. They don't like it so much, right? But I think it is, or hope it's going away again gradually, and we can just happily continue the expansion. Traffic jams are really a nuisance, as they cause a huge traffic jams all the time. There's 2 cars or 2 vehicles, I think. Yep, there's a motorcycle over there, right? And then here is the taxi. They probably crashed together, which is then causing this little traffic jam right over here. Very good. Ground pollution goes away, as you can see. Also here, pollution has gone now, and they should actually reduce or get rid of that warning here soon. There it's still a bit polluted, but it's coming along. This brings me to that area here that we've built. Let's actually get rid of this one again, because in here I would like to start another school district or another school block now. This is going to be a park, so that's fine, and this is going to be school, and around it we're going to have residents then only. We could also do it vice versa. Just a question of how big. Yeah, the high school is just really big and needs its space. Reason for that is, look at that. The elementary school is full, 1,500 pupils in there, and I can't do anything else here anymore. No expansion. The high school is still okay, but I would like to build a bigger one. And the college is actually also coming close to its capacity limit. So we definitely do need a few more buildings in that area, and I think this is just fine for it. For this building, or for this block, I would like to have some smaller entrances for these schools respectively. So with a, perhaps, if it's possible, a park in between or something. Let's start with the high school. It's the biggest out of them and takes up most of the space. And it can definitely go with its back towards the main street, because this is basically where grown-ups, or yeah, closer to grown-up pupils are already in. And as you can see, we then want to have this this really gigantic soccer field or sports field in the back of it. It's just really that big. It's incredible, and we can only have it like this around the school. I cannot move it here. I cannot reorient it, for example, to also be along the road there. Unfortunately, that's not possible. This is a real shame, because it reduces flexibility of that module a lot, and where we can have then those people here studying around, right? So I do need to find a way, and we probably also need to get rid of this road here for the time being, just until I've figured out how we can actually orientate that. So let's just try it out and move it then actually probably like this, right? And then we can have the sports field perhaps like this. This would then actually be possible. Still, it's not ideal, right? I would have loved somehow any other way of actually doing this, but it actually gives a nice bonus of here 40 outdoor recreation that we can have. And then of course we can have some more extensions here of that school. That school, by the way, is going to get hidden then anyway with buildings, so no props. Here we could then have just some more smaller houses, really some row houses, once the pollution goes away there further, right? And over here we can then go ahead probably and hopefully have us another elementary school. This is something that I would like to hide a bit more, so it's looking into a quiet area towards the park area, most likely there. So that would be over here, where we can have it. And I would definitely like to have then also some expansions and some, playground and stuff like that in the back of it. Perfect. So this means we can have then a nice park here coming along. And let's just have this one move over. Having built that, we cannot move the module anymore, at least as far as I know. There's no way actually I can do this anymore. Also, if I want to get rid of the module, I would have to delete the whole block, and I would only get 56,000 credits in return. So once placed, I think at least that's it, right? This is a bit strange, honestly, but okay, that's how it works for now. At least if you have any solution to that, you may want to write me. Now, last but not least, I also want to squeeze in the college here. The high school is pretty much finished now with this expansion, so we can just behind it have then a college that we probably squeeze in like that. Gives me some nice bonuses there as well. And then we have this library probably looking towards the high school, and then also just the wings with that, right? And then we have this whole inner area basically that we can make a park of now. Let's just have this road continue all the way to that block, and then over to here. With all of those expansions, we have a bit of a problem that my water is going down, so we do actually need another water pumping station or another ground pumping station. As you can see, we got some groundwater here in the industry zone that is polluted, so we need to be very careful where we place it, because too close to industry and it gets polluted. I think over here by that farm we do have a nice location for it still available. So I would like to get us a smaller road just here and try to have it right along the fields here. And there we can have another groundwater pumping station with a reservoir of 75,000 cubic meters. Go ahead and build it. And we might also just have a filter, reduces the amount of pollutants in the intake water. And we can also go ahead and have the extra pump that adds an additional significant water intake of another 37,000 cubic meters. Holy cow, that's a lot. I think we don't need that for the moment. The water availability should be fine now with that again, as we have an output of 240,000. Oh, look at that. It's not even that much. Water consumption is pretty high. Let's go ahead and add another pump to this one. And we should have another pump somewhere. There it is. No, that's my wastewater. Down here is my other one, and we should also go ahead and increase its capacity. Barely doing anything. We need more, actually. Let's have a look at my milestones. We still have the advanced water pumping station. That sounds right, but that's 8 points. I don't want to waste 8 points for now, so let's just keep it like that. Water is okay, and we might still take another deposit then as well. We still... Oh! Principes! The companies working in this modern office building not only make sure that justice is served, but their efficiency actually helps to reduce the crime rate in the neighborhood. Nice one. I think it's an office signature building that we have. Yep. And it's also reducing the crime rate in the vicinity. It also increases the university graduation chance citywide, while being 5% interest in university education and plus 1% office efficiency citywide. Yep. So it doesn't really matter where we place it. I don't have an office district per se yet. So, of course, I still want to build it somewhere where we probably will have a bit of office space. Down here we have some of that. And here in the old industry zone, we will also have some more offices soon. So I think for me, it makes sense to have then the signature building somewhere where we already have that. Yeah, here. Let's just go ahead along the main road. Why not? Huge bonuses this one has, or well, a lot of bonuses. Now in this future park area, kind of like, we still have the wastewater treatment plant that I would like to move. And you know what? Let's actually move it to my water pump up there. I don't think it causes any pollution, right? It's just noise pollution here that's being caused by that. And we could also have then some extra units attached because we got plenty of space out here by the farms. Next up also, I think, yeah, we have the bus depots. They should be a bit closer though to the trouble. So let's move this one where we can actually see it. Probably a bit closer to the highway. It's already loud here, right? So adding a loud bus depot doesn't matter. And the taxi depot can just be beside that one here once again. Very good. And with that, we have this whole new park area that we can create just by the schools. And over here, we can then have more houses now and look at demand. Demand is there, so people should actually want to move in quickly. Alright, and with that, also a new milestone, Greytown. Once again, another upgrade, 2.2 million we get out of that, and also now high-density business zones, commercial zones that we can use. Loan limit also goes up again a bit, and we're now on the way to a small city with that also then the high-density office buildings. Alright, that's great stuff. Actually, high-density residential demand is climbing right now. And, of course, it's tricky where we should place it. We still have, yeah, too much pollution there. I would not like to build more houses where I do have polluted ground or soil. Here we are actually going to have a few more. And, yeah, you know what? Let's actually squeeze in one high residential block here and one here, just beside the medium ones then as well. And definitely also, yeah, some kind of park. A city park somewhere here. We could actually use this to fill in a void here. Right, because around that we're going to have buildings then as well popping up. There's still some pollution in this area. I'm surprised at that. It's tiny though. It's moving away there still for sure. With that, we have more tiles again available. I would like to continue with the industry zone. It is really booming right now. This is a pretty steep slope though, so I don't know if I actually want to have some industry zone here. Let's actually continue in the flatlands. This just makes sense to me, right? So we can have those 3 new tiles purchased, and then probably another intersection here. Let's actually purchase this one too. It was an empty patch then. We probably will need all 3 of them to do this, because I want to have a bigger intersection here. There's also our train network that I'm soon going to implement, so we need to be careful about that too. Probably going to make the train that goes then into my city somewhere here. We're going to remove it for now. We don't need it at the moment. I just need the connection here and this one. And then, if I want to make this right, we probably want to have another bigger one here. Something like that. Looking good. So that we can implement a new intersection here that goes both ways. Yeah, should go both ways for sure. We actually could... No, the 4-level stack is huge. It is huge, and I don't think we need that much. I think the normal one, the clover leaf here, is fine. We haven't built that one yet. I think this would be fine. Let's go ahead and build it here right away. Poof, there it is once more. Let's just get rid of this one again, because we will need to make a more curved connection. Oh, it's actually elevated. Still easy to connect though, once again with the highway. And then we just need to have it coming together here into one. The thing is, we can also have a 4-lane 2-highway system. So I could probably merge them together then based off this one here. Goes both ways. How is it looking there, by the way? Yeah, that's okay. And this one goes all the way down here. And then probably going to merge with my 6 street here. 6-lane street. Probably somewhere here. In a gigantic roundabout that I probably will not be able to build, simply because of the fact that we have the border here. Nah, it's fine. Perfect. And here actually it's 2 lanes, so I'm going to add, and we're going to add this one. So, yeah. Coming then into the industry zone, that we of course keep expanding. So we have a whole bunch of space here now available, and I would like to continue with, yeah, we can actually do this with the grid. It's a bit tricky actually to apply a grid to an existing grid as far as I know. But let's try it out. No, it's actually, I think this is fine. Holy cow, it's working flawlessly. So I guess we could also just do it then here, if I want to continue with that, into the biggest industry zone that ever existed. This is not possible, unfortunately, because it would not work together well with those crossings. It needs to have the same layout, kind of like this would work. Yeah. All right, but that's fine for now. Of course, we can't endlessly do this, so I'm not going to push it too far, right? So this is just going to be one big industry zone. That's fine for now, and later on we might still think about another location then as well. And while we have that here, let's also move my gas-powered plant over. It actually makes more sense now, and since we have a nice highway exit here as well, it makes even more sense to me, because of course it needs to have a nice location and a nice connection, right? And we're probably going to make a special road just up there somewhere. No grid again. That goes up. And here we're going to have then our gas power plant. Probably somewhere here. That's looking fantastic. Perfect. Taking a bit of time for the fumes to adjust. Alright, gone they are. And with that we can also move the recycling center a bit further away. I would like to do this because of course this is also causing well, actually primarily noise pollution and ground pollution. Oh, it's also causing ground pollution. Then we probably should have it somewhere completely different. And that is, yeah, we do need recycling though close to the city, right? It's full, by the way, so we will need a second one anyway. Or I'm just going to, yeah, we're going to have 2 of them. I think we don't have any new development points that we can actually squeeze into this one. Industrial waste processing we would have. And the incinerator plant. This sounds very nasty. I don't want that. So we're going with the recycling plant. And we need one here. Perfect. But just a bit closer to the highway system there. Right. There's the road maintenance. Doesn't seem to have a road anymore. It would be bad for road maintenance to not have road connection. And there we have it. And we can then add some more of these blocks here then as well, right? We do have a bit of space and it's a bit further outside as well. What do we have? The storage extension. This gives me a bit more stored garbage capacity. And that is 50 tons increase. Just see that we have 50 tons in total at the moment. So this is huge. And yep, let's have it then right next to the road. And I think we can have more of them. Yep. We could also have the garbage truck depot. So with that, apply more trucks. We have doubled this one now. And then we can also go with the hazardous waste collection. I don't think we need that. So let's go ahead and just have us another storage then somewhere here. Right, tripling actually the capacity of what is possible with this plant here. And that's a bit further outside. And with that, we have even more space now in that area that we can then use for some proper expansion. Now comes an interesting problem that we have. And that is the power lines below the streets also have capacity. And that means actually that if I enable it, you can see here that this has reached maximum capacity. This block here, right? So this transformer cannot take more power over than right now. And this is pretty interesting because we are producing, of course, now all the energy here. And it is not enough just for this transformer here to get over there. So we do need to build a second one. Probably then also a bit closer there to the exit, right? And this one is also now transporting then energy over to the other side. We could also have an underground road just going to the other side. We would not need then any power lines like this one here, right? But by splitting it, I think it's fine now. Yes, we have at least fixed the problem for all of them. Alright, so this should be fine now. I think it is fine. Right, and with that, this industrial zone now is growing rapidly. This is now my new main industrial zone. And here we have now beautiful space available for more expansion, another park. We can grow the educational district. And then, of course, I would also like to work on a university slowly. Stay tuned!